Alright guys, here's another update on the CNC build. I went to Home Depot yesterday and I bought some 2x4s and I built the stand. And then I put together the base frame. And I got in these are this is the, what do you call that? Acme thread. This is what the stepper motors, see, the stepper motor will go on here and connect to this screw thread, and the base plate will be connected to these bearings and this screw block here, and that's how you move the plate back and forward. They're all going to be like that. But yeah, I got all the ball screw kits in, and I put together the frame, or the base plate frame. The top portion frame I can't put together until I get the aluminum plates in, so I know how far back, because like the center piece I haven't torqued down yet because I'm not sure exactly where it goes. It all depends on how far the spindle sticks forward, and I gotta basically center it with the spindle itself. so yeah, I built the frame or the stand. Now for these, I decided, well, it was cheap, so I'm gonna make, I have this 1/4 inch steel plate. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. So I'm going to make these base plates, and these are going to sit on top of a 1/4 inch steel plate after I cut them. And then I'm going to have to use some metal shims to shim up everything to bolt straight to it's a 1/2 inch aluminum plate that's going to be the base. So I've got several aluminum plates I'm waiting on to finish this project. I went to the machine shop, gave them all the dimensions, and they're going to cut them out and get back to me next week. So I can't really move forward until I get those plates in, and it's going to be all about connecting everything up. There's an order in which you got to put this together. You know, you could try, if you had super accurate measuring equipment and all that, and you did all the math, you could bolt all this shit down perfect and then put it together, and then it would be perfectly square and aligned. But it's way easier to, first off, I'll use my small CNC to mark or drill the pilot holes for all of these blocks into the base plate. So I'll get all the holes drilled, at least the pilot bearing, or at least the pilot hole drilled using my small CNC so it's perfectly aligned. And then I'll get all these screwed onto the base plate while leaving everything else loose, and then I'll move it back and forth to where it's nice and free, and then that will be aligned, and then I could drill the holes and bolt it down from there. And that way there's no measuring, you go by feel. If it's nice and smooth and easy flowing, you know you got it aligned, you know. So there's a trick to all that, and I've learned that over some of the builds I've done. So let me put this back. So I also cut to length a bunch of these, and they're going to go up like this. I can't get it in the camera. And there's going to be a small frame that goes up and around by like 2 foot, because I'm going to be spraying air and lubricant at the spindle bit as it's going. and it's going to be blowing chips and lubricant everywhere. So I've got this corrugated plastic stuff, and this is going to be, I'm going to make a base, and it's going to be like a funnel, and it's going to funnel all the excess lubricant down into a catch cup, and it's going to recycle it, and it's just going to suck it back up and blow it back out. And then also, because I'm making a full enclosure so I don't get shit everywhere, you know. So it's going to be fully enclosed, and then I've got these, well, there's a protective film on it, but these are nice and clear. I got 2 of these, and they're going to be the front plate, and then the top is going to be clear. So just the front and the top, and the sides are going to be done with this white stuff. And the front plate is obviously going to have like a door system where it flips open one way or the other. I'm not sure how. But those are the boards for the frame plate, or the framing, to hold the enclosure part together. So yeah, that's what I've got done for this part, and the enclosure part. And I got these, finally got these in the mail. These are like 16mm Acme threads, and this is a special anti-backlash ball screw. And I'm going to have to do some custom work to get the stepper motors to be able to bolt. I need to make a custom bracket because this one is not going to work. So I'm going to have to do some work on some custom brackets. And then I need to buy the thing that connects this shaft to that shaft. I had to wait for everything to come in because they didn't really tell you exactly what size coupler you needed. And then I bought a second fuse box, which I'm going to mount somewhere right around here. And I'm going to run the wiring out to the main fuse block. So I'm going to have a second fuse box, 60 amps. Alright, and so here's some other stuff I got in. This here is going to be, now remember I said it's going to use air and lubricant to blow the chips out of the way. Well, this is going to mount, and it's flex, you know, you can move it around to make sure it blows the chips away. And what this does is you got air going in here from your air compressor, and this is a Venturi effect, and it goes to suck up your lubricant oil, and it mixes the lubricant oil with your air to blow on your cutting bit. And it's adjustable, so you can make it heavier or lighter or whatever, depending on what bit you use. You can't use much lubricant with the high-speed steel. You have to use lubricant, but with the other ones, the carbide bits, you can't use much lubricant because of thermal shock. So this is the lubricant I bought. It's just cutting and tapping fluid for aluminum and steel. I got a couple of those. And so yeah, that's why I need the catch basins, so it'll be a closed system and just keeps recycling itself and blowing that cutting fluid. It'll have a screen to filter out all the aluminum chips, so it doesn't just suck up aluminum chips, you know. And I bought I found a tub that was the right size for, this is the water pump and some antifreeze, just regular car antifreeze. That's going to be the water cooling system for this spindle motor. So yeah, I'm also waiting on I got them cutting the aluminum plate that this is going to mount to. I found some bolts for this. They were like $1.50 a piece. But oh well. So yeah, everything's going good. I got all the other ball screws and the other linear rails, but I can't really move forward on that until I get the aluminum blocks in, or the aluminum plates. But I did get in. These are the stepper motor controllers for the stepper motors, and I'm going to build the circuit board, the controller board, the electronic controller board that hooks to your computer and runs the G code that controls all the movements and stuff. So I'm going to make that controller board myself. And if you look at this one, and if we go over to here, I can move it around with these arrows, right? So if I click this, so yeah, I can, you jog it around and get it ready and stuff by clicking the arrows on this program. How fucking lame is that? Why would you want to do it that way? Especially if you're making your own controller board to control your CNC machine. Why would you make it that way when you can just wire one of these up? So yeah, I'm going to have this wired up to control the jogging of the CNC machine by joystick. I've got some wireless ones of these, but I'm kind of scared about using a wireless one because I'm afraid that it will lose. I've dealt with I've made a lot of projects with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and they're just sketchy. They lose connection and stuff, and it's kind of a little too dangerous to lose connection. So I'm going to use a wired one instead of a wireless one, just to be safe. And so yeah, I'll be able to jog it with the controller. So here it is. Yeah, I'm moving ahead. This isn't a project I'm being lazy about. This has got to get done. It's got to get done as soon as possible. I've got several other projects waiting on this project to get done. But today I'm taking the day off because I've got to wait on parts anyways, and I'm going to go work on my brother's truck today. So I worked on this all yesterday because it was raining. But yeah. So that's the update on the CNC machine. Later.